All right, just a quick test here. Make sure we're A-okay. Perfect. Hello guys, welcome to PGR Season 8. I'm your host, Sidonian Muse. Tonight, we're coming down to the wire. Only 6 races left after tonight. Tonight's race is here in Mexico. And tonight is going to be a sprint race. So we're going to have a one-shot quali to set the grid. And then we're going to have our sprint race, which is going to set the grid for our full race. So very exciting stuff here tonight. Hopefully make this track more interesting than the real life race that happened here this year. But anyways, before we get into all of that, we're going to have 2 of our drivers come in real quick for some pre-race interviews before we get everything underway. So let's get Benzo Slice in here for the first interview of the night. Alrighty, hello. You got your audio included there?
Yes, sir.
Alright, let me just make sure I can hear you there. Alright, I got you. Perfect. Alrighty, man. How are you doing? Obviously, tonight we're here on Mexico. Now, this is an interesting situation, because to anyone who's unaware, I joined commentating and watching you guys halfway through the previous season, and we didn't actually have Mexico in our calendar last season. So the last time you raced here was when you were way slower than what you are now. So how are you feeling going into Mexico? Like, how's your pace here? Because I have no idea.
With all honesty, man, I feel like I am pretty slow. I have a pretty rough time taking the corners. It's not going as smooth as I want it to be, but I'm bringing it home. I'm gonna bring it home. That's all I can do right now. Because sadly, my main competitor is not here, so I'll have to just make sure I just finish the race. That's all I need to do. Finish the race. That's all.
Yeah, just secure some points and get the lead back in your favor. And the drivers, since like you said, you and your rival are currently battling for the championship. And this is a sprint race, so it's a great opportunity. It's one hell of a race for him to miss. So we'll see how this goes. Obviously, you did phenomenal last week at Coda. So again, congratulations for that. That was a great performance there. So, you know, this race, if everything goes well, this might give you a bit of a lead in the drivers, as we were just talking about. But what about the constructors? Do you think you and Sean have what it takes to overtake Ferrari before all said and done and win the constructors?
That I have to say, for sure we have what it takes, but then again, we have to keep it on the track, and also let's not forget, Gator is he's a monster on the track, so he's bringing points home. That's for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, he has been following Pete's footsteps. He has been keeping Ferrari competitive. That is for sure. I have to agree with you there. Now, I also have to ask, now that it's coming down to the wire here, you know, other than, obviously I get you in the booth for, you know, post-race interviews when you get on the podium, which happens a lot, but I might as well figure I'll ask you now, because I don't know if I'm going to have any more interviews with you before the season's over. As a whole, how have you felt about PGR Season 8?
Oof. Crazy. It was crazy. Uh, Man, listen, I had ups and downs from. I mean, you were there. You saw it, bro. I had one of those crazy seasons for myself, of course, but also for everyone out here making moves. Hey, for me, um, this season was crazy. Everything was all over the place, and
Hmm.
that's what's good because you have action in the front, you got in the middle, and you got in the back. If it's just like the two same people racing and fighting, that gets boring. But this season, bro, everyone is fighting. Everyone is fighting.
Everyone's fighting. Yeah. Hell, man, you got Slingshot up in the top 5 of the drivers right now. Got the
And you know what I
Yeoman.
mean?
Yeah. So anything's possible, man. It's been one hell of a ride. We're gonna before I let you go, I'm just gonna shout out, to anyone who wants to know, we have a PGR TV YouTube channel. Link is in the Twitch. You can go and check out, or you can see some of these races that we're talking about, and go and watch them in full, or the highlight reels. Some are currently still in development, but we have a lot of them out. And yeah, I'd say one of your highlights for me this season so far, man, was definitely Brazil. Everyone was screwing up that race, and you just drove a super consistent drive in Brazil. So that's one of the ones that, I don't know if there's a different one that pops out in your mind, but that's one that stands out to me, was your drive at Brazil. Your first win of the season, I think. Brazil.
Yes, yes. It was a crazy drive. But for me, the most craziest drive, and it wasn't just mine. I guess it was Jeddah for me, Smoke and Vodka.
Yeah,
That was just
yeah,
insane, insane.
yeah, yeah. Jeddah in Spain. You and Vodka in Spain as well was pretty
Oh
nuts
yeah,
too.
yeah. In Spain also, but in Spain, I've been it and like Singapore, bro. I was on him, but fate had these other plans in mind.
Yeah, that's right, man. But yeah, it's been one hell of a ride. I can't wait to see how this all unfolds here going into the end of the season. And gotta get Gator in here for his interview. So man, I wish you all the best of luck tonight, and hopefully it's a good result for the team.
Thank you, man. Thank you for commentating for us, man.
Yeah, appreciate it, man.
I'd see.
See ya. Alrighty. Let's see here now. Alrighty, that was Benzo, ladies and gentlemen. Great guy, currently fighting for the championship right now with Vodka, who's not here tonight. But now for our second interview, we're going to get Gator, Slim's teammate in the Ferrari, who has taken over Pete's seat, in here as well. He's had some big ups, some big highs, big lows as well this season, so it'll be interesting to talk about him, how he's felt about it all, and going into Mexico. If we can get him in here, that'd be great. There he is now. Let's see if check the stream there. Hello. All right. Yeah, let me check the stream there, see if it come through there. Oh, it's showing me as offline. Oh, okay. Yeah, I can't your voice isn't coming through there right now. I remember I had to do this with Fire the other day, I think. Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, it's saying last. Why is it saying last scene? That's so weird. My thing is literally. I literally have it set to appear online. That's so strange. But yeah. Here. Do you mind if I just quickly invite you back to the party? That seemed to fix it last time something like this happened. Just leave the party and come back. Okay, I'll just send you another invite. All right. Say something right quick. Still not coming through? Jeez. Oh, you got it up too. Because for me, it says you got audio included.
Yeah, re-included. So,
Yeah, sometimes that.
so working now. La 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 la.
This hasn't happened in a while. It's been pretty good past few weeks. First time in a while.
Yeah, no, still ain't working.
Okay, let's try.
There it goes. It's working. It's working. It's working.
Oh, it's working. We're good. You got it.
Yeah. Now I can hear myself. Okay, it's working.
Okay. Okay, so it had to register you re-including it. Okay, that's kind. All right, man. So now we got all that nonsense out of the way. I'll ask you the same thing I was just talking to Benzo about, since I don't know if I'll have you for another interview before the season's over. How have you felt about this season, PGR Season 8 as a whole?
What was that? Sorry, one more time.
Oh, I was just saying that I'll ask you the same thing I asked Benzo that time, because I don't know if I'll have you for another interview before the season's over. So I was wondering, like, how you felt about this season as a whole.
It's been pretty fun. I kind of joined kind of late, but I'll be there for the next season. So it'll be pretty nice next season. But no, as long as we kind of like just keep doing what we're doing and get the constructors championship, it'll be pretty fun. It'll be pretty cool. So yeah, no, it's been a good time.
Yeah, man. I mean, obviously, you know, you came out with your win at Monza. That was huge. You know, we've talked about that. That was a big, you know, showing of your talent there. How about this track here in Mexico? The guys in PGR, everyone's a little rusty here. You know, we haven't raced here in a while. How are you feeling?
I don't think anybody really is good around here, so I think it's gonna be an interesting race. I can't really say, because yeah, I don't know. Like I just said, everybody's kind of iffy around here, so we'll see how it goes. It's gonna be I think tonight, if like there's a wild card winner throughout the season, tonight would be the night for one to happen.
Yeah, I agree, because this is, I mean, a lot of the reason why this wasn't in last season is because everyone voted to not include it. So
no, yeah, no, and I don't blame them, but it'll be all right. So, but yeah, no,
yeah, it is gonna be kind of crazy. Now, like I said, thinking about the constructors and your placement of the drivers currently, because you know, to anyone who's watching doesn't know, we do have cash prizes for the higher you place in the drivers this season, which is something we've never done before in PGR, which is kind of interesting. Right now, I think you have like 104 points. I think you're like 10 behind Slingshot, I think. So you're doing pretty good there. What are you shooting for? Like top 5 is what you're hoping to get? Like top 5, top 4?
What position am I in right now?
I believe you're currently right behind Slingshot and Firewater.
Alright, so yeah, probably like top 5, top 4, somewhere around there. That'd be what I would be shooting for.
Yeah, and I mean I think that would definitely earn you a good spot for next season, because it's a bit up in the air right now as to how the whole who's going to get what cars next season. You know, that's one thing you never seem to agree on. So, we'll see. I mean, like I said, winning that Constructors Championship would definitely give a reason if you want. Have you been, this last thing I'll ask you, since we're getting into
Yep,
this,
no, I was just about to say.
Here. Yeah, last thing I'll ask you. So with the Ferrari, have you been enjoying the Ferrari throughout all this?
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, I work there, so yeah, just to be behind the wheel of one in the game, it's always pretty special. So, but yeah, thank you for the interview, man. But I do get a dip. I wish you the best and have a good one, man.
Yeah, no worries. Have a good race, man.
Bye bye.
All right, no time to waste, folks. Right out of that second post-race interview, we're getting right into this quick little one-shot quali here. Now, to anyone who's wondering about the funny name here, who we're holding on with, this is Uncle Larry Turd in the Alpha Tower, but he was having issues with his account tonight, so he's currently on a second account. And if you can tell by his name, definitely taking the piss out of EA for not letting them get into the game on his main account. He definitely got some stuff going on tonight, but who knows? Larry hasn't won a race yet since Canada, but he's still 4th in the drivers currently, so if he has a good ending to the season, he could definitely still pull a top 3 finish in the drivers, and I feel like that would still be a respectable finish for him. So we'll see. So these last races are going to make a break for Larry Turn. This is the perfect race for him to really show what he's got over these guys. And right now, we've been watching him currently. He's ahead of everyone. He's had the best sector times here. So we're just holding on with Larry. Let's see what he posts here. He posts the 118.3. That's looking like it's going to be it. Just a 10th faster than Benzo there. But 2 of them clearly showing really good pace here tonight. So obviously, like we said, Vodka Victory is not here tonight in the Red Bull. However, it's looking like it might be a battle between Benzo and Larry here going into the sprint race. Because as we can see, the grid has been set now for the sprint race. Smallest grid, obviously it is Happy Thanksgiving to anyone in the States. It is Thanksgiving in the States tonight, so it's a bit of a smaller grid. You know, some guys couldn't make it tonight, such as Vodka. So yeah, we're looks like we only got 9 guys on the grid for tonight. As we see, Stony Stewart's not here either, or Doyle, or Bad Madu. Yeah, 9 guys. We got Greybush and Slingshot starting from the back. Both of them not getting time in. Followed by Firewater. Actually, like, must have had a mess up there. Fairly slow time from him there. Right behind Slim. 7th and 6th. But regardless, like I said, so there's less than... You know, there's so few guys here tonight that this is going to be the perfect opportunity for some of these other guys who've been kind of having a rough season. It's going to be an opportunity for some of these guys to catch back up and make it even tighter and closer going into the final races of the season. But yeah, this sprint race looks like we're going to have like a 12-lap sprint race around Mexico. And it's going to be flat out. We got, you know, we got the 2 DRS zones. That I would imagine would be the main overtaking points on the track here. And the spot to watch for people's times is definitely going to be that S section in the second sector. That is going to make or break people's laps here tonight. So like I said, I believe it was Firewater in starting 7th on the grid for the sprint race. Slim starting 6th. I know the front row was Larry and Benzo. I didn't catch what 3rd, 4th, 5th was. I think Abrupt was up there. Abrupt coming off of his first podium finish of PGR Season 8 last week at COTA in Austin, Texas. So Abrupt were, you know, so we'll see that Abrupt could go on a run here at the end of this season and potentially move up a lot higher, because Abrupt has had a really rough season in PGR compared to last season. I mean, he was 3rd in the drivers last season, whereas him and his teammate in the Williams have been really struggling to do anything in their car, really. So last weekend might give him some confidence to really go at it here as we're setting the grid. Yeah, so as we can see, as I get my... Everyone's just going on the mediums. Everyone's just going to be going on the mediums. Makes sense. Yeah. So as you can see here, yeah, Slim's teammate Gator starting third. Right behind Benzo. Two of them have had some incidents making contact and stuff. It'll be interesting to see what happens off the start there. Then followed with Grub in fourth, and Benzo's teammate, Great Ace, actually starting in fifth. So if Sean, aka Great Ace, can keep it together, he could actually score some really good points for McLaren here. Could be a great opportunity for McLaren to move up in not only the drivers but the constructors as well. So now, as you can see here, we're setting the grid, these great camera angles from EA. And here we go. Let's get this sprint race underway. Can't even get a shot of the lights. It's lights out and away we go here in Mexico. I couldn't even see the lights. As you can see, Gator's already dropped back several positions. Gator already dropping back into 7th here. I don't know what these camera angles are. These are terrible. I don't know, man. This is crazy. We got Great Ace here. Make it to the goal. Going side by side with Slim here. And oh! Two of them making contact. What is going on with Sean and Slim here? Slim going way off. So it's going to drop Sean and Slim right in the back. Right into the back of the pack. That, like... Slim's had some really bad luck this season with getting involved with incidents with other drivers, and looks like Sean did not respect Slim there in that instance at all. There, like, definitely not the right spot to go for an overtake there. Like, literally just wait for the DRS zone. Like, what was that? Honestly, I can't even focus on anything else that's happened. Benzo has taken the front from Larry. We now have Gator and Fire going side by side here as well. Both of them trying to get back up here. Going this arena section. A lot of people tend to despise. We have a yellow flag in sector 3. It looks like Graybush has lost it in the arena. So now he's fallen behind. Slim still keeping up with Sean, though he's just right behind him. He's in DRS range going into this DRS zone. So let's see what Slim can do here. I want to be able to get back at Sean for what he did to him at the start there. Slim was up in third there at the beginning of the sprint. Two of them side by side now. Slim looking to make that overtake coming out. Oh, he goes off on the grass though. Loses a bit of speed. So he's not able to quite do it there, unfortunately. Gator now is just right behind the Alpine of Slingshot. Slingshot going off there, though. See what happens here with Gator. Oh, we have a yellow flag in sector 2. Looks like, yeah, Great Ace made a bit of a mistake there now, though, so Slim has gone on his way. They're all currently really far behind the other guys in the pack, though. Gator has now made a move on Slingshot, though. Moved up into 4th. Going into 3rd sector. But yeah, oh, as you see at the front, Larry and Benzo both exchanging fastest laps there. Larry currently holding the fastest. DRS is now enabled. So now Gonna be the perfect time for Larry in this next DRS zone to possibly make a move on Benzo here, so we're going to hold on with him for the moment. We can also see that Firewater as well is getting close to making overtake on Slingshot. As Benzo slice messed up completely and goes off in the grass there. It's going to be a freebie for Larry there. Just completely moves up, takes the lead of the sprint. Huge mistake from Benzo there. That's going to cost him. That's going to allow some of the other guys to also start to catch up with him as well. Like we said, Firewater has now overtaken Slingshot, moved up into 5th. Oh, and as we see, though, as we're watching Slingshot, Abrupt is the next person to make an error there. He's now dropped behind. He's there side by side with Slingshot. Currently down in 6th at the moment. But looking to get past him, and he does. But he does lose a position to Firewater in the Haas there, though. So, yeah, some of the guys getting a bit spaced out there now. But yeah, that's very unfortunate for Slim, though. The whole incident with Sean there was kind of bullshit. Really unnecessary. A lot of incidents like that are just really unnecessary. No need to go for something like that there. But yeah, so currently 4 laps into the sprint, and things have been completely shaken up. One thing's been set though: Greybush is still at the back of the pack, but no matter what, because top 8 places in a sprint race will score points. So if Greybush, whoever is in 9th, will not score any points in this sprint. That's one thing to keep in mind. So as long as Sean stays in ahead of Greybush, he will still score points for McLaren here in the sprint. Like I said, Benzo currently in 2nd after his mistake going off there. That was huge. Several of these guys making some big mistakes there. It looks like, oh, and as we're watching there, Gator, just as we watched Gator cut a corner there, Firewater completely spun there in the 3rd sector. It looks like Great Ace has also now fallen behind Greybush. He's made a mistake as well, as I was just talking about it. But yeah, huge mistake from Firewater there. Big spin from him in the 3rd sector. So he's currently now just behind Slingshot. Once more. But yeah. Tire temps are kind of crazy here. You really got to manage those tire temps. Very easy for the car to just lose it. Going around this track, coming out of that DRS zone though. Fire makes the move on Slingshot successfully. Good stuff to him. That was really smooth there. Slingshot gotta respect it. But yeah, so Firewater made a huge mistake there in Sector 3, and at the same time, Gator received a 5-second penalty for her for cutting that corner, that left-hander there. He overshot it and just had to drive straight through. He had no choice there but to corner cut, which is giving him a 5-second penalty for the remainder of the sprint. So that could cost him a position or two by the end of this. That 5-second penalty, that could be huge. As we're halfway into the sprint now, and everything's getting a little spaced out. Abrupt is almost in that 5-second range to Gator. So that could be a position gain for Abrupt by the end of this. We'll have to wait and see what happens. But as we can see here now at the back, Great Ace, he did make that mistake earlier, fell behind Greybush, but now he is starting to catch up to Greybush a little bit. If you want to know, Greybush is I Do Tattoos from Season 7 of PGR. So they referred to him as Tats for some of this stream. But yeah, John is trying to catch his rival in the Red Bull. Two of them have always had a rivalry throughout PGR and even in their teams, currently fighting in the Constructors, Red Bull and McLaren. We have a yellow in Sector 2 that looks like Benzo's messed up again. Yeah, the McLaren of Benzo going right into the wall there. Looks like has to recenter himself. get back on track. But yeah, he's losing several positions here. But as we saw, he was extremely close to that wall there. He's really lucky to even be in the race at this point. That could have been it in the sprint race for Benzo Slice here tonight. So yeah, the fact that he's even still in this sprint is crazy. He got extremely lucky. But this has cost him several positions. Benzo has now dropped down to 6th. Right behind Slingshot. But I'm sure he's going to do a similar thing to Firewater and try to get past Slingshot in one of these DRS zones coming up. And as we can see at the back, Greybush has messed up again now, which on that final turn there, which has given Great Ace the opportunity to move up into 8th. Hold on with Benzo here now, as he's just behind Slingshot in the Alpine. Slingshot just doing his thing, trucking along for most of this race here. But as we can see now, Gator has now, even with his 5-second penalty, Gator is still holding that 2nd position. Larry with almost a 10-second lead on the rest of the drivers right now. It's looking like Larry could win the sprint race pretty convincingly. Though he does pick up a 3-second penalty. And so does Abrupt. So all top guys at the front do have penalties. So if they make any mistakes, it will cost them dearly. But yeah, as I was saying, it was looking like a pretty solid lead for Larry here, but now he's picked up a 3-second penalty. And Gator already has that 5-second one. Now he's picked up another 3 seconds, so it's looking very likely Gator might drop down several positions by the end of this as well. So right now, if Larry wants to win this sprint, he has to hold a 7-second gap to the rest as Benzo goes for this overtake on Slingshot in the DRS zone, and he does it pretty smoothly, I will say. It's cut back right now to Great Ace, who's coming right up behind Slim in the DRS zone. But he breaks, he pulls off from making a move there. Let's see if he goes for anything in this DRS zone. Because he might just. Nope, he still behind Slim there as Slim's teammate Gator picks up another 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. So if we just do a quick check there now. Yes, that's currently 8 seconds of penalties for Gator here already. So yeah, Gator, even though it shows Gator's in 2nd, he's been having a really rough time keeping within the lines of the track. You know. There was also a yellow flag there for a second. I wasn't sure what that was, but maybe that was why Gator got the penalty, because that yellow flag there. Oh, Great Ace getting really close to the back of Slim's Ferrari there. I'm assuming he's going to go for a move here. Coming into this DRS zone. So let's see it. Both of them going side by side here. Great Ace is completely out of ERS though, which has made it a lot harder on himself than it had to be, but still makes the move on Slim. Is Slim still holding 30% ERS in the tank? So I wouldn't count Slim out yet, though he could still fight Sean for this position before the sprint race is out. I wouldn't be too surprised. But yeah, it's such a shame for Slim. He was right near the front at the beginning. He hasn't really made any huge mistakes, and he hasn't received any penalties. So if Slim was up there, this could have been a really good sprint race for Slim, but unfortunately he got tangled up in that bullshit with Sean. So, but his teammate, not so much. His teammate Gator making another error there, losing a position, dropping down, losing a position to Firewater. And now he has Benzo Slice right behind him as well. So this is not looking good for Gator, considering how much penalties he has. This could be a position gain for Slingshot as well. Only a couple laps left of the sprint race here now. As we can see, Gator just ahead of Benzo. Looking to pull back ahead of Firewater once more. He's in the Haas. It looks like he's going to... Oh, he was thinking about going for a move on the left of Firewater there, but he decided not to. Probably would have been too risky. Probably would have been way too risky of a move there. As we see Larry pick up another 30-second time penalty for multiple warnings. So again, let's do another penalty review here. Larry now has 6 seconds of time penalties. Abrupt has 3. 2 of them are at the front currently. So if Larry wants to win this sprint race, he has to finish 6 seconds ahead of Abrupt. And right now, it looks like Abrupt is gaining on him a little bit. So like I said, we're still holding on with Gator here. Gator is trying to overtake Firewater, but even if he does, Firewater has no penalties yet, so Gator is still going to lose the position anyway, but he's going to make the move. He's going to go for the overtake. Firewater is going to fight him, though. Firewater is no slouch. We have a yellow flag in Sector 3, though. Looks like Greybush has made another error there. Unfortunately, that kind of seals the deal on his 9th position. Looks like Slim, unfortunately, has lost some time. Yep, Greybush has gotten into the pits. Greybush has gotten into the pits. He has retired from the sprint race in the pits. So that's going to be it for Greybush in the sprint. Everyone else who finishes will score points. Looks like Sean and Slim have kind of been at the back this whole time, but now like I said, Gator still had Firewater because of the penalties and all that. Same thing here with Benzo. Benzo's also now just behind these two as well. Looks like all 3 of these guys are going to be pretty close to the end here, so we're going to hold on with them for going into the final lap of the sprint. But yeah, Larry is doing a good job so far, holding off Abrupt. If Abrupt wants to win this sprint race, he has to gain 2 seconds on Larry over the course of this final lap. Probably not super doable, but hey, not going to complain. 2nd place. Even getting 2nd place in sprint race is nothing to stick your nose up at. Going into this DRS zone here, Benzo is awfully close to Firewater here now. Hold on, see what these guys decide to do. As we see Benzo still holding like half his tank of ERS. Wow, it's Benzo. I'd be using that all up here right now. He's got to go for a move here, and he is. He's going up the left, trying to make a move on the left side of Firewater there. Doesn't go for it though. Not quite, not quite. Maybe a little something at the end of the S section here, going into this DRS zone. Let's see. Nope. Nothing. We hear the fireworks going off. Looks like some of the guys, looks like they're about to cross the line. And Larry crosses the line. Rob not quite able to make up the gap. Gator picks up another time penalty though, right at the very end. He's going to drop several positions here. All the way to 6th. So yeah, that could have been a great sprint race for Gator, but he made way too many mistakes, picked up way too many time penalties, and it cost him in the end. But regardless, Larry is your winner for the sprint race. So Larry will start from pole for a full race. Good stuff to Larry, Uncle Larry, for getting the pole position under a different tag. Yeah. So yeah, that was really rough for Ferrari there. Obviously even rougher for Red Bull. Greybush, the only Red Bull driver here tonight, didn't score up a single point in the sprint race, unfortunately. But as you can see here so far, yeah, Slim and Gator finished 6th and 8th for Ferrari, so that's 4 points for them. 4th and 7th for Great Ace, for Benzo and Great Ace. That's not a good sign for our full race here. It looked like, if you're a fan of these McLaren guys, I don't know, it was looking kind of rough there. Not just from great ace, but also from the P1 driver himself, Benzo Slice. Both McLaren drivers were making some big errors there, which is wild because you usually don't see Benzo make so many huge errors like that. But yeah, so that's going to be 7 points for them. But hey, that's still 7 points over Red Bull from the sprint race, so that is still technically a win for them. But not exactly, because, you know, definitely could have got more. It looked like Benzo was up in contention for the win for that sprint race, but then he just made too many mistakes and lost those positions. But Slingshot did finish in 5th in the sprint race for Alpine. The man has been killing it recently. Ever since his teammate Leon was unfortunately forced to leave because he messed up his wheel, so he couldn't race, which we were very sorry to hear about. Slingshot's been forced to carry the team on his shoulders, and he's been doing a great job in the second half of the season. So good stuff to him. And yeah, so I believe the top 3 there at the end was I think it looks like our front row is gonna be Larry and Abrupt in the front row. Funny enough, Vodka's not here and Benzo's in 4th. Yes, not Benzo or Vodka starting at the front row this time. Instead, it's Larry, Abrupt, and Firewater. So, like Gator was saying in our pre-race interview, this could be a great opportunity for one of these guys who haven't won yet, such as Abrupt. This could be a great opportunity for them to pull that race win they've been waiting for the whole season. So who knows? We'll have to see. Again, it would be crazy for, you know, Larry hasn't won a race since Canada, so it would be huge for him too. Let's not forget about that. And you know, neither Firewater or Abrupt have won a race yet this season. In fact, Abrupt hasn't won Abrupt didn't win a race last season either. So if Abrupt were to win here tonight, it'd be crazy for him. But even if he got podium here tonight, you know, it would still be great. It would be another step towards him trying to climb up the rankings here at the end of the season. But I think the person that this would mean the most to tonight would be Firewater. Like I said, the man is definitely capable of winning races. He won some races last season. He just recently got he's gotten several podium finishes this season. Such as recently he got podium at Singapore, definitely one of his best tracks. And since that's where he won last season. But who knows? We'll have to wait and see what happens. But as always, guys, this is when the drivers right now. This is when drivers like to take their quick little 5-minute intermission before the race starts. So as always, I will see you guys in a couple minutes. Alright folks, and I'm back here. We're about to get in this full race here, 36 laps here at Mexico. As I was saying, this would be a great opportunity for Firewater to win his first race of the season. However, he did show he was making some mistakes there though. Even though he didn't incur any penalties, he did spin there in the sprint race. So it's definitely possible, but if he wants to win, he'll just have to be consistent. But let's check out what everyone's rocking here. Obviously, laps here at Mexico are pretty fast, so that's why we have 36 of them. Let's just look at the strategy. Looks like most people are opting for the hard tires. Except for Abrupt. Abrupt, the only person on the grid not starting on the hards. He's starting on the mediums instead. So I'd imagine, looks like Abrupt could have a really good start over Larry here. Might even pull up to the front, might even lead the race. But this might actually be the first time Abrupt has led a race this whole season, so and a lot of these guys are missing their parking spots. Oh jeez. Alrighty, here we go. And it's lights out, and away we go here in Mexico. And we already, right off the gate, we have a huge spin from Abrupt for some reason, right off the starting line. I don't even know what that was. That seemed very unnatural to me. But yeah, right off the starting line, Abrupt just spun there. I don't even know what the hell happened. That was crazy. Great Ace pulling up here alongside Firewater, two of them going side by side, making a little bit of contact there. Great Ace pulling ahead of Firewater for the time being. As we can see here now, Greybush also making an error there, also spinning. Firewater still going side by side with Great Ace here once again. These two battling. Great Ace kind of forced him a little off track there. Getting a little spicy. Not really sure what to think of that there. We have him to the front now. Larry currently still at the lead of the race with Gator just behind. I'm guessing there's no restart. I'm guessing we're going to keep going. Wow, really unfortunate for Abrupt there. Just completely spun off the starting line. But Gator's going to looking like to pull ahead of Larry here. Larry actually goes off track there a little bit. Gator's fighting him coming through the Coliseum here. Fighting him for the lead of the race. These two battling, but yeah, look, Larry loses it there. Didn't quite catch that. I didn't see exactly what happened because the camera angles there for some reason are awful. Thanks EA for being fucking retarded. But yeah, Abrupt has already been forced to pit. Like I said, he spun right off the starting line. I don't even know what the hell happened there. But yeah, I guess we're gonna keep going. I guess there's no race restart. Yeah, so that's very unfortunate for Abrupt. He's now way behind everyone in this race. We had a huge mistake from Larry there as well. Gator took the lead of the race from him, and then it looked like he spun there. Again, I didn't see any contact between the two of them on my end due to the camera angles. I don't know if there was contact there between the two of them. We'll have to see clips afterwards, but yeah. As you can see now, this has made a great opportunity. As you see there, yeah, he has. Gator has messed up, so Benzo has now taken the lead of the race from Gator. Which is crazy enough. Slingshot is now in second, just behind Benzo. Gator losing another position there with Firewater going off track there. Now he's currently alongside Great Ace once more. These two have been battling this whole time since the beginning, and I don't know if there was a little bit of contact there, but Firewater has spun in the Coliseum just like he did during the sprint race. Might have been a little bit of contact now. Firewater has fallen down to 6th, just behind, just ahead of Larry. But yeah, so Abrupt is now way behind everyone at the back currently, for the time being anyway. But again, anything can change if there's a safety car. So it's not over for Abrupt just yet. But yeah, really rough start for Abrupt there. Not even really sure what happened, but yeah, Uncle Larry trying to pull ahead of Firewater here again. Not quite yet. Not in that DRS zone anyway. One lap free. Looks like DRS hasn't been enabled though. Figured it would have been enabled by now, but I guess not till next lap. And Abrupt has gotten into the pits again. Oh, this... What a turn of events for Abrupt as Slingshot gets passed by Gator there. With Great Ace just behind Slingshot as well. It looks like Abrupt's now coming out on the softs to try to just push and make up time, I guess. I don't know, it's really rough for Abrupt here. But, yeah, crazy stuff. Great Ace now. Up in fourth. Benzo now has the lead of the race. Now that Larry made that error there in the third sector, Benzo has now convincingly taken the lead of the race for the time being. His teammate Great Ace now currently trying to get ahead of Slingshot and move up into third, as we're currently watching. Firewater also now just behind Slim, but he got Larry just behind him, so we got a bit of a DRS train going here. Let's watch from Larry's perspective, see what happens here. Both of them trying to make the move on Slim. Looks like Firewater already kind of going for it successfully, both of them getting kind of close there. But everything all good. Slim kind of backing off there a little bit, it seems like. And yeah, both Larry and Fire get ahead of Slim. Slim drops down to 7th, but now he has Graybush behind him as well to worry about. So Slim is just getting passed by everyone here. Crazy to say. Has been a wild turn of events here. Gator picking up the first penalty of the race, so 3-second time penalty that could definitely cost him some positions here by the end of the race. And if Slingshot, keep in mind, Slingshot has not, he's gotten very close, he's gotten a couple of 4th place finishes, but Slingshot has still yet to get a podium this season in PGR. So this could be the perfect opportunity for Slingshot to get his first podium of the season. We'll have to hold on and wait and see how the rest of this race unfolds. But yeah, it looks like Great Ace, sorry, not Great Ace, Graybush is definitely going to be going for a move on Slim here. But yeah, Firewater now taking fast lap from Benzo. Even though he's behind, Firewater definitely still got the pace. And as I said, yeah, Graybush now going for the move on Slim here. Already putting the pressure on Slim there. Good stuff. So now Slim is at the back, hopping up to Great Ace now, who is, again, still just right behind Slingshot. Looks like his rear got a little loose there. Still waiting to make his move on Slingshot. We'll have to wait and see how this progresses. Larry now, like I said, he's in 6th. He just picked up a 3-second time penalty as well. Similar to the sprint race, Larry also got several warnings, so... And Abrupt actually takes a fast lap there, since he's on the soft. Yeah, Larry has now picked up a penalty. So that, for his racing, and Firewater has now picked up a penalty as well. So, that's three of the 9 drivers already have penalties this early in the race. Kind of crazy when you think about it. Larry now, though, just right behind Firewater in the DRS zone. If he doesn't get him in this DRS zone, he will in the next one. Looks like both of them coming head-to-head here. Went out of the DRS zone. But Larry does it. Larry pulls ahead of Firewater. Firewater's right behind him, and there's no DRS zone just right here. Perfect another opportunity. But coming out of this same DRS zone, Great Ace has finally made his move and pulled ahead of Slingshot up into 3rd place. We do have a yellow flag in Sector 1. It looks like the Red Bull of Graybush did make an error there. So he's now currently in 8th. Currently dropped fairways behind Slim. So yes, Firewater now just behind Larry. Both of them have penalties. Whereas Great Ace and Slim ahead of them don't. So looks like Great Ace almost lost it there. Had to recover a little bit, so Slingshot was able to pull ahead of him once again back into 3rd position. We have another yellow in Sector 3 there. Oh, looked like someone made a bit of an error there. Let me catch whose error that was. But yes, now Slingshot. Still has 20% of his ERS left too. Gator is basically all out pretty well. So right now, if Slingshot's just like this, like, clean. I mean, no one's really fighting for the win here. Benzo still, especially with Gator's penalty. Let's consider Slingshot the next target for Benzo. Benzo still holding like a 5-6 second gap over everyone else. I mean, Benzo was the favorite going into this race, so we'll see if Benzo can keep it together, keep his consistency, and win this race for McLaren. Could be a great finish for him and his teammate Sean. Great Ace currently holding 4th. Let's wait and see. Lots of guys still fairly in range of each other. Here, Firewater. A little bit of a train going on. Like, see, like, look, a lot of these guys. Benzo does have a big lead to everyone at the front, but other than that, everyone else is pretty close together here. Obviously, Abrupt had a horrible incident off the starting line. I don't even know what that was. I don't know why Abrupt spun off the starting line. Abrupt started in second and just spun right off the line. So now he's at the back, trying to recover positions and make up his race. So I don't really know if the softs were the play for Abrupt here, pitting. So currently Abrupt has already pitted twice. He pitted once to go from the mediums to the hards, and then he pit again to go to his softs. Like, this race could already be over for Abrupt before it's even begun, so not looking the greatest here. We got a lot of these guys all bunched together here. Just trying to see from Firewater's angle what's going on here. We do have a yellow in sector 3 there, though. Looks like someone has messed up. I think it was Abrupt. Yeah, Abrupt getting lapped on his almost getting lapped on his softs. Like I said, it's been really rough for Abrupt here. That was him making an error there in sector 3. Great Ace is currently in range of Slingshot once again. Once he gets to this DRS zone, I'm sure Great Ace is going to try to make another move on Slingshot. Oh, as we see there though, oh, and he's lost his wheel. That's it. Oh, poor Slingshot. Wow. Just like that. Just like that. Wow. We had our first driver out of the race, and that's going to be a safety car. Wow. And we already have guys like Firewater pulling into the pits, as Uncle Larry picks up a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. So that's going to be another penalty for Larry there, that he's going to have to serve for the end of the race. Damn. I'm at a bit of a loss for words here tonight, folks. I knew we were gonna. I had a feeling, like I kind of felt we were gonna have at least one safety car here tonight, but I did not think it was gonna be Slingshot. Wow, the man's just lost his tire like it was nothing. Very sad, man. Wow. I could not have predicted that, folks. Slingshot, you know, definitely one of the most consistent racers we have in this league, and for him to be the first out of the race like that, that is insane. But it's exactly what Abrupt needed, though. Abrupt definitely needed that safety car. And it looks like Abrupt's going to another set of softs here. Huh. So Abrupt's pitting again. We have Gator also pitting here. The Gators are already going to the mediums. It's already all over the place here. No one knows what to do. But yeah, I'm still at a bit of a loss for words. I have to be honest with you guys. Very sad. It was looking like it could have been the perfect opportunity See, it's crazy because it's just like Nico Hulkenberg and fucking Hockenheim. It could have been the perfect opportunity for Slingshot to score his first podium in PGR in a very long time. Like, he was up there, he had no penalties. Yeah, it was looking like a perfect opportunity for him to score his first podium in a while, and yeah, he lost it there in the third sector. It looked like, I couldn't believe he DNF'd, because it's like, it didn't even look like that crazy of an accident. It looked like he had just spun, like, similar to what Firewater did in the sprint race, where he just spun there on that curb in the third sector, but I guess he went over to the left towards that wall a little bit, and boom, his fucking front right wheel was gone. Just like that. And Larry has picked up another 3-second time penalty under the safety car. This is crazy. Larry has not been having real trouble with track limits here tonight. We see someone else going into the pits now. It looks like Slim has followed in his teammates' footsteps. He's also pitting as well. That's the thing, for someone like Abrupt, there's no reason to not continue the race. You're still going to score points. Like, look, even if you're only an 8th, like, you're still going to score points at the end of the day, as long as you finish the race. So, yeah. But yeah, guys, put your RIPs in chat for Slingshot tonight, guys. That was really sad to see, unfortunately. Actually really disappointed from that. I was actually kind of hoping my man Slingshot would have his first podium in a long time in PGR, but fate, as fate would have it, he ended up being our first DNF of the night. Wow. It's just crazy that of all drivers to DNF the race, Slingshot, it would be Slingshot DNF'd. Like, wow. Crazy to see. But yeah, safety car is going to be in this lap, guys. So get ready. We are going to have the restart here momentarily as soon as the drivers get through this third sector in the Coliseum. Here we go, coming around the final turn here. We're on board with Great Ace, his rival Greybush now. Greybush has recovered greatly because of the safety car. Oh! Shit! I was having a sip of my drink there, guys, and right off the safety car restart. Yeah, and Great Ace now has no choice. Now he has to go into the pits, and he picks up 5-second time penalty for speeding in the pits as well. Greybush now just behind Gator. But yeah, that is absolutely insane. So right off the safety car restart, Great Ace gave it way too much going into that final turn. And he spun, Great Ace spun, and now he's been forced to pit, and he's gone to the softs as well. Now Greybush is currently sitting in third, but Larry is alongside him, and Greybush spins as well. This man has had oh, he's spinning in circles. What is this? He's doing a ballerina. But yeah, this has been a really rough season for Greybush. In terms of consistency, he just has not been able to get a handle on these new cars, unfortunately. But yeah, so that's going to drop him back into 6th, and he still needs to pit. So, looking kind of rough there for him. Here we are now, on board with Firewater, who's now just behind Uncle Larry. DRS has not been re-enabled yet, though, so we'll see. Hold on with him for now, let's see what happens, but yeah, I'm still a bit in shock the fact that Slingshot DNF'd. Like, this man does not DNF races, like, and just for something like I don't know, man. Like the fact that he lost his tire, like the fact that his front right tire came off that easily was crazy. Wow. But yeah, still a race to go here. Benzo still holding the lead of the race, though now due to the safety car, he has lost that that gap that he had. But hey, so Benzo, the key thing for Benzo here, though, is that he still has not incurred any penalties. However, him and Greybush are still the only two drivers who have not yet pit. So that could end up costing Benzo in the long run as well, though. The fact that he has not pit yet. Also, Gator is now starting to slowly gain on him. He's right behind Benzo now. So we'll see what happens. How long does Benzo want to go on these hard tires? That is the question. As Abrupt now takes fastest lap once more on his softs. DRS has now been re-enabled. Gator, however, even after a safety car, Gator is still all out of ERS. His ERS management, sorry to say, has been fucking terrible. Nice recovery there from him, though. Started to lose it a little bit. Going into this zone here now, though. He's still right behind Benzo. But not able to do anything, because as you can see, Benzo still has 70% of his battery. So what are you really going to do? Which has now allowed Larry to catch up with him. Larry's now right behind the two of them, so... wait and see, but yeah. As we saw though with Slingshot, very easy on this track to just lose it and go straight into a wall, but not in that kind of way. That was just a really strange way that happened. The tire just came off so easily. But yeah, these top three guys are all really close now though. However, the main detail is that Benzo is the only one of these top guys who does not have a penalty yet. Keyword being yet. If Benzo picks up a penalty, as we can see, Gator going side by side with him too. All three of these guys fighting it out here. Gator, Benzo, and... oh, Gator, Benzo, and Larry going free wide here. On the straight DRS zone. First DRS zone here at Mexico. Larry takes the lead of the race once more. Benzo is now following in the second. Wowzers. That was crazy to see, three of them going side by side like that. So now Firewater has also caught to these guys. We have like a train going on here with these top four guys right now. We're going to hold on with Firewater at the back of the pack, try to catch if anything happens. The guys ahead of him. Firewater looking, he's trying to make a move on Gator. So he probably will going into this DRS zone, I'd imagine. But yeah, so hey, so even the guys in the back though, as you can see here right now, currently Slim in fifth. Hey, fifth position. You know, that's still a huge for the constructors, you know, so. Hey, if I'm Slim, I would not be mad about a fifth place finish here. But that's where he ends up finishing this race. Oh, and we have collision! Oh my god! Almost evasive maneuvers had to be made there. That was crazy. We almost had a huge fucking accident between Gator, Benzo, and Firewater there. In that first sector. Side by side now with Gator and Benzo. Gator forced to go off track there. He has received another 3-second time penalty there for warnings, but so has Larry. The Gators now lost the positions to Benzo and Firewater, dropped down to fourth. Right behind Firewater now. This DRS zone going side by side. Going up to this turn. Both of them going wheel to wheel there. So yeah, I just had to gather my thoughts here for a second. It's just been crazy non-stop here. Now Firewater's going alongside with Benzo. Two of them going wheel to wheel. They're going at it, making contact there. Just crazy between the two of these guys. Look at them going. Remember this? Free wide! Holy shit! Free cars! We got Benzo, Gator, and Firewater all making a little bit of contact there, going free wide around that turn. Benzo has now come out the worst out of that. He's now in fourth. But keep in mind, Benzo was also the only one with no penalties. All these guys ahead of him. If Benzo picks up a penalty, though, this all changes and it's all up for grabs. But yeah, Benzo still with no penalties. Definitely gives him a clear advantage here. Same thing with Slim behind him. But the one thing though with Benzo is that he still has not yet pit. That will hurt him. But we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, yellow flag in sector 3. Looks like Bush made a little bit of an error there. Not too huge though. But yeah, that was absolutely insane. The three of them so compact coming around that turn. Holy shit. Three of them were fighting so fucking tight there. Larry has taken the lead, but let's just do a quick... Well, we have a second. Let's do a quick summary of the penalties. Yeah, as you can see, Larry already has 14 seconds of time penalties. So even though Larry is in the lead of the race currently, he's not really in the lead of the race. It's still up for grabs for someone else, such as Firewater, who has only 3 seconds time penalties, which isn't too bad. So right now, the lead of the race is currently really in Firewater's favor at the moment. We're really looking at it. Hey, if at this result, like, if you're Benzo, fourth is really not what you want. I mean, it is still points over Vodka, but it's not what you want. If you're Benzo, you want to win this race. You need as much points over Vodka as you can get. If Benzo gets anything but first in this race, it is a win for Vodka, in my opinion, personally. In my personal opinion, if Benzo gets anything less than first, it is a huge win for Vodka. But like I said, the race isn't over yet. The man still doesn't have any penalties, but he still has yet to pit. Yellow flag in sector 3. Yeah, Great Ace has lost it there on that final turn again. And he picks up a 3-second time penalty. Yeah, Great Ace really struggling there on that final turn of the track. I don't know what it is about that turn. Personally, I don't find that turn that bad. I think there's a lot tougher turns. But yeah, there's something about that final turn that Great Ace is really struggling with here tonight. Yeah, only two guys are fairly close here right now. We're here on Gator, still close to fire. Benzo's lost a bit of time to them. Due to the older tires and because of what happened there, and the three of them got so close and went off track together. That was crazy. All three of them just so bunched together. I still can't get over that. Abrupt has now pitted once again, though. I don't know what the hell Abrupt's at, personally. We've got another yellow flag in Sector 3. Looks like something going on there between Abrupt and... Something happened with Abrupt there, I'm guessing. Gator's still just right behind Firewater. You really have to hope that Gator doesn't fuck with Firewater here. I mean, obviously he wants to go for the overtake. Firewater, 3 seconds less of penalties than Gator. Firewater currently in the best position of everyone, in my opinion, personally. An incident with Gator would not help him right now. Gator needs to keep it clean. Or else there might be some talk with the Stewarts. But yeah, Looks like Great Ace. Yeah, Great Ace has messed up there again. Now, currently sitting in 7th, but he's on these softs. He's going to have to pit soon. Again. Gator now going in this DRS zone. You just see how fast Gator's Ferrari is in the straight here. It's insane. Whatever setup he's running, he got a lot of top speed. He's going alongside with Firewater now. Being extremely aggressive. But he does it. He pulls ahead of Firewater. Gets up in a second. But Firewater, Team on Firewater, still has the penalty advantage. So right now, Firewater is still technically leading the race. I believe. Technically. Look at it in terms of the penalties. But yeah, this race has just been flying though. I can't believe we're already 21 laps into this race. It's just insane. There's been so much going on. We're here to keep track. We've only had one DNF so far, Slingshot. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see if any more safety cars come out tonight or not. That could make or break this race for some of these guys. But yeah, really sad for Slingshot though. The man has been doing, like I said, has been doing super good this season, and would have been a great opportunity for him to make something really magical could have happened with Slingshot here tonight, but instead it had to be the exact opposite. Really sad. Like I said, everyone has gotten a little bit more spaced out now. Great Ace now, like I said, he was on those softs. Great Ace now forced to go into the pits here. Once again, we got a yellow flag in Sector 2. Not sure who that was. But yeah, Great Ace has now been forced to pit. He's going to the mediums to finish the race. So we'll see where he comes out. Looks like he's still most likely going to be ahead of Abrupt coming out here. Most of these guys holding on to their positions. 5th for Slim, 6th for Greybush. Oh, Firewater having a little bit of trouble there in the first sector. But yeah, as we can see there, like, but hey, a 5th and a 6th place finish for Slim and Greybush, like, that's still great for them. Like I said, if Greybush finishes in 6th, now, like I said, he hasn't pit yet though. Look, Greybush only pitting now. So, great stuff to Greybush for taking those hards, 22 laps. Him and Benzo, the only ones to do so. Good stuff to him. He'll still come out ahead of Great Ace, who's way behind. And has penalties. Firewater, though, looking a little shaky. Like, he's trying to do stuff, but his rear's getting a little loose. He's having to, like, recover. He's just trying to keep it together for the rest of this race. But yeah, like I said, if Greybush finishes in 6th and Benzo only gets 4th, and like I said, if Greybush finishes in 6th and Benzo and Sean only get 4th and 7th, this is definitely a win for Vodka. And he's not even here. He's gone on a little vacation for Thanksgiving weekend. So it's Vodka. And while we have this little time to talk, while there's not much action going on at the moment, it's the perfect time to talk about someone else who's not... I just realized someone else who's not here tonight, who's not with us tonight, and that is Smoke. You know, Smoke had a great first half of the season. Smoke's first half of the season was phenomenal. Was outperforming his teammate Larry. Like which no one saw coming. However, since we got into the second half of the season, since he got his podium, and we got a little 3-second time penalty from Abrupt there. Okay, since like I was saying, since we got into Smoke's second half of the season, his wheel unfortunately broke on him, and by that I mean like his wheel has been completely acting up on him. To anyone who's watching last weekend at Circuit of the Americas, it wouldn't even let him, at one point it wouldn't even let him change gears, which is why he ended up DNF in that race. So yeah, Smoke is not racing here tonight, because unfortunately, like I said, he's had a lot of wheel troubles. So, everything's kind of, unfortunately, with Larry's teammate Smoke, everything's kind of up in the air right now. We don't really know what's going on, which again is just really sad in my opinion, because Smoke's had an amazing season up to this point in my opinion. Like, as far as P2 drivers go, like, he's really proved himself in my opinion, and be worthy of the P1 spot, like he was last season in the Mercedes. But, yeah. It's just been really sad, because Smoke could definitely be a lot higher in the standings right now. But unfortunately, due to the wheel troubles he's had these several past weeks, it's been hard to watch. So he's not here tonight, but to anyone in the chat, send out your hearts to... oh! He recovers it there. Just as I was talking, Firewater almost lost and went right into the wall there, but he recovered it. Good stuff to him. But yeah, so anyone in chat right now, put your hearts out for Smoke. It's rough. It's rough that he's not able to race with us tonight. Out of his control. Really sad to see. But yeah, so as we were talking there, Firewater almost just went right into the wall there. Crazy. And as we can see, we got 10 laps left of the race. Larry has been holding the lead. However, like we said, he still has a ton of penalties. And I mean a ton of penalties. Ton of penalty time. He's gonna... Due to the amount of penalties that Larry has, he might not even finish on the podium here tonight. Well, let's see what happens. This could be... If Firewater almost lost it there, but he kept it together. If he can just keep it together for 10 more laps, this could be a win for Firewater. We'll have to wait and see just what happens. As we can see here right now, Benzo Slice is on these 25 lap old tires. He has still not pit the entire race. So I'm assuming he's going to go to softs for the end, maybe try to make a little bit of a charge. As we can see now, the problem for some of these guys ahead of him, as we can see here now, Larry has now pitted for his softs to finish the race. As we can see, a lot of these guys who are on the mediums, they're not going to be able to finish the race on their mediums either. So Larry is pitting, he's coming out in the softs to finish the race. He's coming out right behind Abrupt, who's getting lapped. But yeah, like I said, the unfortunate thing, though, is that for some of these guys, like Gator and Firewater, is I don't think they're going to be able to take these mediums all the way. Like, Benzo is now still keeping up with them to some extent, like, on these 26-lap-old cars. And he's still not pitting. So it looks like, is Benzo trying to take these hards all the way? Is Benzo honestly going to take these hard tires all the way to the end of the race? That's the question. If he does, that'd be kind of insane. To me, it seems like he is, and he's trying to gain time on Firewater here. Made a little bit of a mistake there, though. Lost some tenths. But yeah, Fire and Gator still on these 19-lap old mediums. We now have Slim. Like I said, Slim has now pitted even earlier than them. Now, if you're Slim, you're trying to keep that position over Graybush. He's coming out in the softs. Slim. That's the question. Will Slim come out ahead? Like, where's Slim going to come out in terms of Graybush? Let's wait and see. Graybush. There goes Graybush. Zoom out ahead of him there. So Slim has come out behind Graybush, though he is on the faster tire, so he could potentially catch up to and pass him for the end of the race. Oh, we do have a bit of an incident here. I didn't quite catch that, but yes, so Firewater, oh no! Oh god, with only 8 laps left of the race, Firewater did lose it there in the third sector. Which, if, now he's fallen 4 seconds, even with it, including his penalties. Larry picking up fastest lap there on the sauce, but yeah. Firewater has now fallen behind Benzo, so now, like I said, if we check penalties, 6 seconds of time penalties, so right now all Benzo has to do, if Benzo finishes the race on these hards, all Benzo has to do is stay at least within that 6-second range of Gator to win the race. So it's going to be tight, it's going to be really tight here. Whose tires are going to wear out more, Gators or Benzos? But yeah, like I was saying, really sad for Firewater there. He just spun, like he's been having a lot of trouble tonight in that third sector. There's something about that Coliseum that he just keeps losing it in during the sprint race and the full race. Abrupt picking up another time penalty. He doesn't really care at this point. He's just trying to finish the race. But, yeah, really sad for Firewater. He also... Firewater, if he had kept it consistent, he definitely could have won here tonight, but... Oh, and we have a Sector 2 incident there. Abrupt has lost it there. Though there were no walls nearby, fortunately, so he's still in the race. But there we go. This is a little bit of the change for Firewater. Benzo Slice has decided to pit to the softs. I'm guessing the hards finally just started to get the Benzo. They were just starting to get a little bit too much. So now Benzo has pitted for the softs as well, similar to Uncle Larry, which has moved Firewater up into second. Though, like I said, Gator and Firewater have still not pitted. Both of them are out on these 20-lap old mediums. So that's the question. Will Fire and Gator be able to finish the race on these medium tires? That's what it all boils down to here. But yeah, it's quite unfortunate because if that incident hadn't happened... Oh! As we see! Larry spins in the exact same position that... Abrupt did. Abrupt spins and started that, you know, during that S section there. Uncle Larry spins just like Abrupt did. So now Uncle Larry has lost a lot of time, and due to his penalties, it looks like Uncle Larry probably just cost himself a podium finish. We do have some yellow flags going on here. Something going on here between Slim and Graybush. Both of them getting rather close here now. Slim has finally overtaken Graybush on the faster tires. Slim has moved up into 5th. But respect to these guys, though, both Slim and Graybush, neither of them have picked up any penalties yet this race. Abrupt picking up another one for speeding the pit lane. Abrupt has pitted once again, I imagine. We'll see what Abrupt's doing here. Is he coming out on one of his pairs of softs to finish the race? What's going on here? Okay. I don't even know what happened to my, not even sure what happened to my, bottle cap there. I got so shocked by what happened with Larry there. I dropped my my bottle cap. I don't even know where it went. Crazy enough. But as we can see here now, Greybush going side by side with Slim once again, trying to make the overtake on him. And he does. For now, 4 laps left of the race. It's going to be a fight for a position here between these two, it looks like. Everyone at the front pretty spread out. Penalties are going to decide who wins this race. It looks like Gator and Firewater are pushing to finish the race on these medium tires. So we'll have to see what happens with that. It's going to be really close. Yeah, as I was saying, what I was trying to say before Larry had that little incident there was, it was definitely looking like it could have been a win for Firewater here tonight, but unfortunately he had that spin in the third sector, and that cost him several seconds, which are now going to come down to it when it comes to penalties, because he only has a 3-second lead on Gator in terms of penalties, and, you know, so Gator still has a 9-second lead on him. Whereas, if he hadn't spun, maybe Firewater could have won the race. But as of right now, Gator is holding the lead of the race. It's just been crazy. It's just been crazy at penalties, though, and incidents. Like, everyone's been spinning. It's going to come down over here. As we can see now, hopping on with Benzo Slice here now. Due to Larry's mistake, Benzo has now even started to catch up to him. Looking like he's probably even going to even pass him on this lap. So we'll hold on with Benzo. But yeah, so it looks like Larry, with his spin as well, Larry has now also cost himself a podium position, more than likely. Benzo doesn't even have to pass him. If Benzo just keeps this distance to Larry, Benzo will finish on the podium by the end of it all. As you can see here, 3 laps left of the race. Abrupt now takes fast lap again. Abrupt is really sad. Like I said, like, it's just been a lot of sad incidents happening here tonight. Because we were talking about, we were talking about Slingshot. We were talking about Firewater. Oh! As you can see there, Benzo goes right past him. Larry spins again, man. God, Larry's consistency this season has just been terrible. He hasn't been able to keep it together, and now he's definitely lost that podium position if it wasn't already clear. Only a couple laps left. He has to keep it together. Looking now like he'll most likely finish in 4th. Firewater now, though, does pick up another 3-second time penalty. So if we look at the penalties here now Benzo is actually in range to pass him. So now it's looking like Benzo, due to that penalty, Benzo could now actually finish in 2nd now at this point. Yellow flag in Sector 1. Great Ace making a bit of an error there. He's messed up a little bit, but at this point he's just trying to keep it together. Yeah, definitely an error there from him. We have Slim now, who's basically out. Well, him and Greybush basically out of egress. He's still trying to keep up with Greybush, though. But yeah, back to what I was saying, that, like, the biggest tragedy of all here tonight, though, is Abrupt. The man started 2nd on the grid, and right off the starting line, he spun. And hasn't done anything. Because of that, hasn't done anything, even with the safety car, hasn't done anything the whole race. Again, I don't think his pitting choices were great. I feel like... Oh, and as we were saying, I was just thinking that Slim needed something if he wanted that position from Greybush, but he gets it. Greybush does spin there, going into the 2nd sector. Greybush does have a bit of a spin there. So Slim has taken that position back from Graybush. Graybush is lucky to still be in the race. He got really close there. And now Benzo has caught up to the back of Firewater now as well on these soft tires. Benzo is trying to fight to make up that gap to Gator, but at this point it's looking pretty hopeless for him. You know, there's only going to be one lap left, and you have to make up a lot of time. See Benzo and Firewater fighting really hard here, though. Both of them going side by side now. Leading into the Coliseum here. And he does it. Benzo gets past Firewater, now currently in second. The only person ahead of him on this final lap is Gator. However, if we look at the penalties, it's a 6 seconds. So Gator still has that huge, like, 11-second gap on Benzo. So all Gator has to do to win this race is Gator just has to keep it together. There's no way Benzo's going to be able to catch him in one lap. So all Gator has to do is just keep it together for this final lap of the race if he wants to secure the win for Ferrari here in Mexico. So we're going to hold on with Gator now as he comes through this final S section. And he makes it through unscathed, going in now into the Coliseum, final sector of his race. Holding on from now, he's taking these medium tires, 26 laps, which is crazy to see. Great stuff to Gator, taking them that fucking far. Like, that's just insane. And he does it. Does a little swivel there on the line, but Gator is your race winner here in Mexico tonight. That's going to be Gator's second win of the season. Good stuff to him. That's going to keep Ferrari in the lead in the Constructors. Great stuff. And Sector 3, a little bit of another incident there with, looked like Larry made another mistake, but yeah. So that is going to be our podium for tonight. Gator winning the race, Benzo finishing in second. Later, Larry losing it there as he crosses the line. Yeah, I would imagine Larry's not too happy with himself there. The fact that he didn't get on the podium, but yeah, that's going to be it. Gator, Benzo, and Firewater are our podium tonight. A lot of guys made a ton of mistakes. You know, even Benzo got caught up in a lot of incidents with other people. As we saw, like the free cars going at it with him, Firewater, and Gator. But Benzo kept on pushing. He took those tires really far. But tonight, car just fell into Gator's hands. The game gives driver the day to Gator, which is very tempting. I will admit, to give driver the day to Gator here is very tempting. However, the man wasn't without faults here tonight. Definitely, he still made mistakes himself, got involved in some incidents there, banging into people and all that, yada yada yada. So good stuff to Gator for the win, but still wasn't the cleanest drive. A lot of people got involved and stuff, so you know what? Good stuff to our podium, but for me personally, for his first time this season, personally, I'm going to have to give driver of the day to Slim Fug. Didn't get involved in much shit. Also didn't make any huge errors. There's a lot of faster guys who picked up a lot more penalties than him. He didn't pick up a single penalty. Didn't really make any huge mistakes. Kept it going. And secured a 5th place despite what happened in the sprint race. Kept together in the full race and secured a 5th place finish for Ferrari. If we look at the results for the final race there, yeah. It's good stuff to Slim there. 2nd and 7th for McLaren. Still a great finish for McLaren. It's going to be constructors points for them over Red Bull since Vodka wasn't here. But great stuff to Vodka's teammate, though. Greybush for getting a 6th place finish, finishing the race. That's still great points for Red Bull. Hey, that's a win in Vodka's book, I would say. But yeah, the two biggest tragedies here tonight, definitely Abrupt and Slingshot. Abrupt definitely could have had a podium here tonight. His pace, you even saw like he even got fastest lap in the end. Like his pace here tonight was cracked, but he just couldn't do anything because of what happened off the starting line. It's really sad for Abrupt there. And lastly, talking about Slingshot, with that tragic DNF, the man's also could have been on the podium here tonight. But regardless, neither of them were. So we're gonna, before we cue things up here tonight, we're gonna be talking with we're gonna do a post-race interview with our podium drivers. So let's get Gator, Benzo, and Fire in here for post-race interviews. Hello.
What's up? What's up?
I'm just trying to get Fire and Gator in here right now. Just send Fire an invite. I'm scrolling down. I gotta scroll all the way down to Gator because he has an X at the front of his name. Gotta love it. And yeah, but while we're waiting for them, I guess we'll start with you, Benzo. I mean, great recovery drive from you there. There was some crazy free wide stuff going on there. I was losing my mind with you, Gator, and Fire there, man. That was insanity. It was crazy enough when it was on the DRS zone, and then when it happened in that corner, I was like, damn.
Yeah, man. In that corner, for me...
You got cucked. You got cucked. You got the shit end of the stick there, yeah.
I think it wasn't a place for dive bombing there, because I mean I know we were fighting, but hey, at least it's too tight, That spot was too tight, and me and Fire, we were trying to keep it clean, but shit got crazy at that point, and I got scared because all three of us were actually going off the track, so I was like, hey yo, goddamn, bro, what's going on?
Yeah, but good stuff though. You still, a lot of guys got a ton of penalties, and you didn't. So you still extremely clean driving from you. I mean, damage control is what I like to call it. Still a 2nd and 7 finish for you and your teammate. So that's going to keep you ahead of Red Bull. And keep you up in your fight with Ferrari. So good stuff to you, and hopefully we'll see you battling again next week at Zandvoort.
Yes, sir.
Because like you said, this was a rough track for everyone. Everyone was having trouble here tonight. So good stuff to you for keeping it together. But now I see we got Gator in here. Gator, let's talk to you, man. Good stuff for your win here tonight. Your 2nd win of the season so far. How are you feeling about that drive there? Yeah, it was a lot of I've never heard anyone so upset about winning a race. Yeah, it's definitely not a popular track, I would say. In a lot of leagues, I've seen a lot of leagues. Removes track off the calendar. There was a lot of dumb stuff that happened. Oh yeah. Yeah, we were actually talking about that the other night. We actually were talking about how bad the scan is on this track. It's awful. But other than that, man, you kept the gap there at the end. You took those tires. You really pushed those tires there at the end. Yeah. The race. Just kept it clean. Yeah, it did, and looks like he hasn't. I don't know if he's going to join us, but Firewater, who also finished on the podium. Yeah, and it worked out for you because at one point Firewater, I was looking at the penalty gaps, and Firewater actually had like the chance to win the race, but he was having too much trouble in that third sector there. It looked like in the Coliseum. Yeah. 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 But hey, first and fifth finish for Ferrari as well. That's going to keep you guys in the lead of the constructors for now. So that's huge for you guys as a team, you and Slim. You know, considering what happened to him in the sprint race. And, you know, I think going into these last 6 races, it's like I said, it's going to be exciting. It's going to be a tight fight for the drivers and the constructors, which is, you know, this season, like we were talking about, the two of you guys, and it's funny because both you guys were here for the pre-race interviews too. Yeah, we're talking about this season has just been a wild ride of crazy close battling, and this whole race, I mean, it got a little spaced out there near the end. But for that whole first half of the race, man, first 20 laps ish, just like went in a blink of an eye. Like it was crazy to me. It was like, wow. So I'm guessing if it goes to a vote for tracks to not be included for the next season, your vote's going to Mexico. Yeah, I have to agree. It's one of my least favorite tracks as well. Recently though, I kind of figured out, like the other night, like I kind of figured out it finally clicked and I got into a little groove with it. But yeah, it's one track I've personally also always found to be really cunty, really hard to like not get penalized there, you know. So, but hey, to all these guys like Slim, like props to these slower guys like Slim and Greybush, and because they went the whole race, they made their mistakes and everything, but they never got a single penalty. Them, so I don't know how they did it, but good stuff to them. Just to give them a quick little shout out, because sometimes the guys in the back don't get enough limelight. So just to give them a little shout out for not picking up any penalties there, because it's harder than it looks. But yeah, I don't think good stuff to Fire. I don't think he's gonna be joining us, but good stuff to him anyway. It's another podium finish. I'm sure he's probably pissed off because, you know, he's been wanting to get a win this season. He hasn't. He's gotten several podiums, so who knows? Maybe he'll win one before the end of the season. We'll you know, there's still a few races to go, so we'll have to wait and see. But anyways, guys, we're gonna cue things up here now. Thanks for joining me for these pre-race and post-race interviews, and watching you guys race tonight was really exciting. All that, like I said, to Benzo before you joined Gator, that was close, like free car wide action there at one point was really exciting to see, and hopefully we'll see more. And yeah, if you're watching the stream, join us next weekend, same time, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for Zandvoort in the Netherlands, and we'll have Vodka Victory back once again, and a lot of the other guys who weren't able to be with us tonight due to Thanksgiving. So finally, for anyone who's watching, who's American, happy Thanksgiving. Hope you guys have a good weekend. And with that, I'm your host, Sidonia Muse, and we'll see you next week.
Yes, sir.
So yeah.